Hey, shalom brothers, shalom sisters, Bishop Nathaniel here. That's right, you know what day it is. It's Shout Out Tuesday. It is Shout Out Tuesday, and I pray you brothers and sisters join me every Tuesday afternoon on IUIC Events channel, where I will be reading your kind and inspirational letters, also thanking you for your kind donations, and also covering very important biblical information for the mental well-being of our 12 tribes. That's right, 12 tribes worldwide. So hope to see you then, every Tuesday afternoon on IUIC Events. Shalom.
They screaming peace when there ain't no peace. Israel prophesying in the streets. Look at me, the center of attention. Black Messiah coming with a vengeance. Coming with a vengeance. Black Messiah coming with a vengeance. They screaming peace, it ain't no peace. We prophesying in the streets. We seeking peace in the streets of Babylon. Brandishing Glock 40s, tucking heat like a carry-on. Sinning against the fathers, got us sleeping, not napping on. Christ the King revealed, this aerial phenomenon. Kicking against the bricks, lose your soul when that fire come. We purify better than gold, got my Bible on, and that's all that I know. When Babylon gon' fall, watch it blow. Ayy, switching it up, the nation's gon' drink it. I'm talking the cup, don't care what you thinking. Believe in the gospel, God is thinking. The fires of heaven gon' gather for dinner. The ear of the flesh, the wicked, the sinner. Your mama, your sister, your daddy, your cousin can get their issue. If they mind, they don't repent.
You never seen this before, ever. All right? My brother's right here. You never seen black men out on the corner reading the Bible. All right? Never. So this is a new thing on earth because now we're waking up to come back and learning our greatness. You're learning your greatness. Some of you might have seen us out here before and never stopped to turn an ear and kept it moving. But now the Most High put you right here for some reason for you to learn today, plant a seed in you. All right? Because we get this is the only way we're going to make a change in Jackson, Mississippi. This is the only way we're going to make a change in Mississippi, period, and throughout the doggone world. That the black man wake up and realize who he really is. And stop calling themselves African American. Names of two white men. Read that.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Now, this is Deuteronomy. This is the curse that God put upon us for breaking the law. Because we were rebellious, we was hard-headed. We didn't want to follow the commandments of God. He told us to keep my commandments and live. If you break my commandments, I'm going to curse you. So read that again. So we're going to break this down real quick. Read it again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So God says, if you break my law, you're going to go back into Egypt again. This is Deuteronomy. At that time, they had just came out of Egypt. If my brother right here, if you just spent 20 years in parchment, and you came to work the next day and I said, look, what's your name?
Timothy.
Who?
Timothy.
I said, look, if you don't show up tomorrow at 6 o'clock, you going back to Parchment. Now Parchment, there's a gas station in Parchment. There's farms around Parchment, right? There's other businesses in Parchment. But if I say you going back to Parchment after you just came back after 20 years, what are you going back to do? To be locked up, right? Right? So Egypt, we had just spent 400 years in Egypt as slaves. As slaves, you understand that? So we were in Deuteronomy, we was in the wilderness, we had walked out. So God says, if you break my law, you will go back to Egypt again. How? Read it again.
With ships.
How?
With ships.
What people went into slavery on a ship? Was it African American? It wasn't African American. It wasn't black. It wasn't the so-called black. It was the Israelites. But now, because we have forgotten who we really are, we call ourselves all these other bywords, but we need to go back to what God calls us. Because that don't put fear in nobody by calling yourself black. That don't put fear in nobody by calling yourself African American. But when you call yourself what God calls you, then people start to recognize, start to wake up like these people are waking up. They knowing who they are. Then you turn back to your culture. You turn back to your dietary law. Our men get themselves right and start marrying the black woman, stop killing each other.
Right.
We wouldn't need cops in our neighborhood. We start marrying the black woman, we wouldn't need abortion clinics in our neighborhood.
Bring it out.
Right? That's how perfect these laws are. You start learning who you are and what your culture is, we will get our mind right. We will get our nation back. We will get our power back. Understand that. Read 7 and 6, Deuteronomy 7 and 6 again. Because that's what we learned. We don't know that. A lot of you probably got homies that's 6 feet under right now, right? Yeah. They're 6 feet under. They didn't get this knowledge. Now you can change and you can make a difference. But if you take this knowledge and go about the street doing what you did yesterday, then you're just going to be a statistic. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
We are special people. We just don't know it. We feel it because we in our music, we talk about it, we exemplify it, but we don't really know it because God, he shows us in the Bible how special we are. Keep reading.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Hey, that's heavy right there. That's heavy right there. That's money in the bank right there. You know what I'm saying? That's money in the bank. If you know that you are above all people, that means that these banks, everything that you see around here is supposed to be ours. But we got to get our mind right. We got to come back to this Bible, this laws, and claim it. And God is going to do the rest. We got to come back and do what we got to do our part. Got to do our part. How many of you brothers? How many of you brothers?
Guys pray that night.
But we pray, right? But we got to learn how to pray according to the Bible. How many of you brothers? You married? My brother, you married? You know, Timothy, you got kids? All right. You brothers, I know y'all young. How old are you?
I'm 28. I'm 19.
19. You got a girlfriend? You got a girlfriend? You dealing with a sister right now? All right. How old are you, brother? How old are you? 16. All right. You're what?
28. I'm
28?
engaged though.
Huh?
I'm engaged.
You engaged? All right. And my sister right here, she's young. We need to teach our young princes, show them example. Raise up our families and teach our kids how they're supposed to be taught. Because we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're dealing with our women. Give me Hebrews 13 and 4. All right? Because marriage is a heavy thing. When you separate a nation, when you take the man out of the household, you divide the nation. That's why marriage is key. Knowing your nationality is a heavy thing, knowing your nationality. All right? Knowing that Christ is not white is a heavy thing. That's an important thing. Christ is not white. Christ is a black man. All right? So we learn who we are. Read that.
This is Hebrews chapter 13 verse 4.
Read.
Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled.
So if you're dealing with a sister and you're not married, God is saying your bed is defiled. All right? You have to marry that sister. If you're dealing with a sister and you're not married, go get the papers. Get married. All right? Keep reading. Let's see what God calls that. Read.
But whoremongers,
But what?
but whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge.
Whoremongers and adulterers. Whoremongers and adulterers. All right? That's what God calls you. When you're dealing with a sister and you're not marrying that sister, because our young sons and daughters, they cannot say, well, our sisters, our women, right? They say, well, that's my baby daddy. We're the only nation of people that use that term very widely. That's my baby daddy. How about saying that's my husband right there? We say that's my old lady. How about saying that's my wife right there? We need to marry the sister. Marry within your race, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We're the most beautiful. We got the most beautiful sisters on the planet.
Right.
We don't need to step outside of our race to find another, because there's no one. The other nation's trying to be like us. They trying to be like us, but then we're trying to be like them. It don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. All right. So we are Israelites. Now so you know your nationality. All right. What's your nationality? Because I'm gonna jump on something else real quick that my baby girl right here was got in her mind. What's your nationality?
I'm a Jewish from Benjamin.
You an Israelite from the tribe. Your father is a so-called West Indian black. Your dad?
No, my mom's side.
No, it's what your dad is. Give me Numbers 18. All right, I'm gonna show you. 1 and 18. Because the man carries a seed, right? Not the woman. You are what your father is. You are what your father is. All right. So if your father is a so-called black man in America, then you are an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. That's your biblical and true nationality. The only thing that matters. So when you apply for a job and you get to the part where it says race, I put other. If they give me a line to write it in, hell, I'll write it in. I put Israelite. That's what I do. Read.
Numbers chapter 1 verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigree.
Their pedigree is your lineage, your bloodline. All right, read.
After their families, by the house of their father.
Their mother.
Their fathers.
So you are what your father is. All right. So if your father is a so-called black man in America or a West Indies black, then you are an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin. You're an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. If you're a Native American, your dad's a Native American. All right. You're an Israelite from the tribe of Gad. Okay. So that's your nationality. So don't call yourself these other bywords anymore. That's when you start to wake up and realize, okay, I'm not what the nation call me. I'm not these other things. These other bywords. All right. Christ, Jesus Christ. You know what Christ looked like? What color is Christ? Huh? Huh? So Christ is white. All right. All right. We're gonna read the Bible. You believe in the Bible, right? You believe in the Bible? All right. My brother, you believe in the Bible? All right. Because your daughter thinks Christ is white as well. All right. So we're gonna fix that. Come on up, bro. Come on up, bro. Come on up. All right. All right. We're dealing with the image of Christ. What the Bible says that what Christ looked like. All right. Read. Give me a John 1, Revelations 1:1 first.
Revelation chapter 1 verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
The revealing of Jesus Christ. The revealing of Jesus Christ. All right. Read.
Which God gave unto him.
Verse 11.
Verse 11, saying, I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last. And what thou seest, write in a book.
So Christ told John, what you see, write in a book. Christ told John, what you see, write in a book. All right. So let's see what John wrote, because he's going to describe what he saw. All right. Fair enough. Baby, what's your name? Naya. All right. So we're reading what Jesus Christ looks like, right? We're reading the Bible. All right. You believe in the Bible? You believe in the Bible? So the Bible describes Jesus Christ. Because this image right here, this was given to us by the people that had us in slavery. They gave us this image and told us that Christ looked like this. This is actually a real man. All right? Read.
Verse 14, his head and his hairs were white like wool.
Naya, got a question for you. Right? Did you hear that scripture? Did you hear that verse? His head and his hairs was white like wool. What people got woolly texture hair? Like got woolly hair. Look at this right here. This is woolly hair. All right, that's woolly. That's called woolly. In the older dictionaries, it says the hair of Negroes. Right? It says the hair of Negroes. So let's read it again.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So this was John the Revelator describing Jesus Christ. Because remember, he said, what you see right in the book. So he says his head and his hairs were white like wool. Fully gray, but had woolly texture hair. Let's keep reading.
As white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
So this man got what color eyes, babe? What color his eyes? Blue eyes. See this right here? Right? Right? That's what color is that? That's blue eyes. But what did the Bible say? Read it again.
And his eyes.
Read.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
All right, so give me Genesis 49:12. Now, what color is fire? All right, it's close. Let's see what the Bible says. Because we was taught that Christ had blue eyes, right? Right? We're going to prove to you that that's a lie. They didn't have blue eyes. Read that.
The book of Genesis, chapter 49, verse 12.
It's going to describe what Christ looked like. It's talking about his eyes. Read.
His eyes shall be red with wine.
Shall be what color?
Red with wine.
So go back to Revelation. So Christ's eyes was red because he drank wine. My brother right here, you probably had a couple of drinks in your lifetime, right?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
So when you drink a little bit, when the white eyes turn what color? Red. All day long. Right? My brother, right?
Yeah.
Right?
That's right.
All right, let's read the Bible. Because it's look, listen to this. The day of the coonery is over.
Right.
The day of the coonery is over. We need to realize what the Bible say and not put so much weight in what the white man say.
Yeah.
We need to put what the Bible say.
That's right.
We are here to tell our people, God is not, the white man is not going to tell you in the schools, they're not going to tell you that you are better than all the other nations. But we read to you before. Don't you think your daughter needs to know that? Huh? She needs to know that. But she's not going to learn that in the school. That's why I had to get you out of that vehicle to come over here and get this knowledge. You understand that?
Teach.
Read.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Woolly hair. Love that thing. Don't put no blonde hair in your head, baby.
Right.
Don't put that garbage in your head because that's not Christ-like. God don't like that. All right? Our hair is better than that. Our hair don't get lice. Their hair gets lice.
Right.
I'm going to say it again. Their hair gets lice. You can't get lice in your hair. Understand that. Read.
As white as snow.
Read.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
What color is fire? We read it's red, right? What color is Christ's eyes? Red, right? Why was his eyes red? He drank wine, but he didn't get drunk. You can drink, don't get drunk. So when your daddy drink, tell him, Daddy, don't get drunk. Remind him, don't get drunk. Huh? Tell him, I ain't playing. Tell him, don't get drunk. Don't get drunk. All right, read.
And his feet.
Now, I'm looking at your feet right here. Your feet the same color as your arms, right? Yeah. Same color as your face. So John looked at Christ's feet, right? So he's going to look at his feet and he's going to describe what his feet look like, what his skin color looks like. All right, read that, say that part again.
And his feet.
And his feet, read.
Like unto fine brass.
What color is brass?
Brownish.
Brown, right? Okay, so you understand that. Your daddy was right. Brass is brown. Okay? Brass is brown. Let's see how brown his feet was. Read.
As if they burned in a furnace.
Testing. All right, so it says his feet was like fine brass, as if they burned. When you burn anything, all right? Have you ever cooked toast before? You left it in the toaster too long? Huh? You ever cooked anything? You left it on the stove too long? Left it on the fire too long? Have your daddy ever grilled some chicken? You ever grill and didn't come back in time?
My check.
And what color was it when he came back? What? He was black, right? Read that again.
As if they burned in a furnace.
So when you burn anything in a furnace, what color does it get, baby? Black. So now let's read the Bible because it's describing Christ. You need to get that because my brother right here, you all right? How old are you?
26.
26. And he 36. All right. So for 36 years, he thought Christ was white. Right? Am I true to say that? So now you know. So now when I see you tomorrow, and I say, bro, what color is Christ? What you gonna say? Right. Understand that. All right. Read.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 15.
Yeah.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
Read.
As if they burned in a furnace.
So when you burn anything,
Yes, on.
white paper, white rice, popcorn, it gets what color? Black. So babe, what color is Christ? So don't tell nobody, don't even, in your mind, get rid of that white image of Christ out of your mind, sweetie, because it's a lie. We've been lied to. Understand, that's what we're here to prove to you. We've been lied to. In America, we've been lied to. They don't want us to know that Christ looks like us. Christ don't look like them. The same Bible that they read from in church got this in the Bible, but they will not read it to you. It's in the Bible.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.